This fabricated marriage I'm about to enter with the only woman I've ever loved. All of this is on you, Millie.
Oh, I don't think so.
They say marriage is tough. Marriage with these guys, though, is hell.
Hey, listen. Thanks for playing the breadwinner for a while. It's not going to last forever.
Welcome to Ms. Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 worst TV husbands.
Some hardened criminal, Walt. You are in over your head. No. That's what we tell them. That's the truth.
No, it's not the truth.
Of course it is.
For this list, we're looking at husbands from television shows and selecting the ones that we couldn't imagine being married to. Or wouldn't want to, rather.
Hey, Meg.
Peter, what the hell?
I don't want to catch the mumps, Lois. Here's your TV, Meg. It's a little old and there's no remote and it only gets one channel and it's not on that channel right now.
However, we're not including husbands from reality shows or husbands from shows set in medieval times such as Vikings or Game of Thrones, as we want to focus on relatively modern relationships. Since we'll be talking about some of the behaviors of these not-so-nice guys, a spoiler alert is probably in order.
He's a bum and he always was, and she's a crank and she always was. And I hate their 4 rotten kids.
Number 10. Sam Keating. How to Get Away with Murder.
Relax. Stop. Shh.
There is a question that every wife has to ask her husband at some point during their marriage.
Sam?
Yeah.
Why is your penis on a dead girl's phone?
Well, maybe just Annalise Keating. In this drama, her husband becomes a prime suspect in the murder case she's trying when it's revealed he was having an affair with the victim. His involvement becomes less deniable the more his secrets are revealed. What makes the relationship so compelling is that through flash forwards, we can see that Sam will end up murdered by the middle of the first season. Could his wife have had anything to do with it? Though it becomes clear through flashbacks that their relationship was once a happy one, Sam's terrible choices are what set the series in motion and put him on this list.
And that's why you killed Lila. Because she was pregnant and you knew that if it got out, people would see you for the pathetic man you are.
You think I killed her? Why not just go to the police?
Number 9. Peter Griffin. Family Guy.
Now, not a word to your mom about me getting canned.
What's that, Peter?
Nothing. Oh, the lost my job smells great.
Just because Peter isn't necessarily malicious doesn't mean he isn't a horrendous husband. Easily one of the most moronic characters on television, his well-intentioned but incredibly stupid antics are often the cause of strain on his family, particularly his wife Lois, who usually inexplicably forgives him immediately after.
We made all that today?
Well, it was twice as much, but I had to bail out Cinnamon's kid.
Thanks, Mr. Peter. This guy's the best.
Well, I guess business is better than ever.
In fact, he doesn't seem to care or really understand what's happening around him, as he often injures, humiliates, or insults most of his family members.
Meg, your mother made soup for you. Here you go, honey.
We're not exactly sure what Seth MacFarlane was thinking when he named this show, but we wouldn't call Peter much of an actual family guy.
Peter, I'm really not comfortable stepping foot on this.
Lois, I gotta leave in like 5 minutes.
Is this Scotch tape?
Oh, you drunk.
Number 8. J.R. Ewing. Dallas.
That's the only thing that interests you, isn't it? That precious Ewing air. No matter who stays.
Over the summer of 1980, viewers wondered who could have possibly shot this arguable anti-hero in one of the most iconic cliffhangers of all time. The reason it was so compelling was because everybody in the cast was a suspect, and the culprit turned out to be a family member. And this wasn't the first time he was shot by someone in the family. The unscrupulous president of his Ewing Oil, he prioritizes his business dealings above all else, resulting in multiple failed marriages, scandals, and even a few deaths. He may be a terrible husband, but on screen, it was all soapy gold.
Don't you ever do that again.
I'll do anything I want to.
Number 7. Fitzgerald Fitz Thomas Grant III. Scandal.
I'm asking Charlotte to scour every presidential library in the country for rare and unique engagement rings. This one belonged to Betsy Ross. You know how embarrassing that was? How awkward I felt asking my valets to scatter rose petals everywhere?
Olivia Pope and Mellie Grant are two determined female characters, so it can be at times disappointing to see them infatuated with the philandering leader of the free world. After several years of marriage, he begins an affair with his campaign manager and doesn't do much to hide it from his wife, who won't leave him because of the PR disaster it would be for the White House.
Did you give her that dog?
I love you.
To his credit, he does show that he cares for both women, but his indecisiveness is one of the things that make him such a bad husband. Then there's the Amanda Tanner situation and his eventual alcoholism. Behind every great leader is apparently a very, very patient woman.
Melanie.
I just want to point out that I have been holding up all the walls of our house. I have been holding you up for 20 years, and I never complained.
Number 6, Tony Soprano, The Sopranos.
I just thought you'd think it was weird if I saw a woman psychiatrist, that's all. Come on! It's just therapy, that's all. We just talk.
Many of the men on this list are adulterers, but none have likely cheated more than Tony. He's also a mobster with no reservations about murdering others or committing actions that might place his family in danger.
Look at this baby, I caught right off the point here.
But hey, at least he does what he loves, right? Soprano has a penchant for being secretive about his job with Carmela, despite being more honest with his therapist, Dr. Melfi. Not to mention, he is generally hot-tempered and can sometimes become violent as a result.
And then it all comes back.
He talked to you all, poor you.
His personality may make him a highly successful mob boss, but not necessarily a great husband, at least not in any traditional sense.
So let's just lie down. We'll calm down.
Get your hands off of me! Don't you touch me ever again!
Number 5, Archie Bunker, All in the Family.
But it's our anniversary!
I know it's our anniversary, our anniversary. That's a 50-50 proposition. What do you want to do, spoil my half?
This bigoted husband is what made this series so revolutionary, especially when you considered the ways the show portrayed and satirized certain extremist viewpoints. Archie Bunker is probably the most likable racist, homophobic, sexist to be found on television, and his wife is likely the most patient woman ever.
Well, like right now, you got kind of a quick temper.
But that ain't my fault. World War II done that to me.
There's really nothing that won't set Archie off, as he seems to live off of his irrational anger and general levels of annoyance with the world around him.
That was lovely, Ma. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, me too. That kind of honesty's rare these days.
Sure, it's rare. Because there's about 14 million people in this country to every dingbat is why it's rare.
His ridiculousness is truly at the heart of the sitcom, though, and his legacy of awfulness continues today, as he serves as the inspiration for television's most potty-mouthed child. Could we have just found Cartman's father?
Fine, I'll do it myself. You guys just watch.
Number 4, Francis J. Frank Underwood, House of Cards.
I can't even talk with you about it.
Instead, you want me to slap you around like some animal.
That's what we are when we strip everything away. That I can understand.
It was deranged.
What is it about political characters that seem to make them perfect for this list? This South Carolinian Democrat will do whatever it takes to make it to a position of power. In fact, this is usually more important to Frank Underwood than his marriage. He cheated on his wife as part of an elaborate scheme to get ahead, and often belittles his wife's role in his career.
And you can hate me, you can be disgusted, you can feel whatever it is you want to feel, because frankly, I'm beyond caring. But without me, you are nothing.
His plots are often successful, but at the cost of a constant huge strain on their relationship, though Claire is far from perfect herself. However, Frank did commit murder, and did you ever notice his initials? Number 3, Al Bundy, Married with Children.
After you, my dear.
Ed O'Neill may play a tough but caring patriarch on Modern Family, but his previous TV wife didn't get off so easy.
Do you take this woman to be your wife?
For the 37th, 8th, and 9th times, no.
After losing out on a football scholarship due to a broken leg, he became bitter and married Peggy, to whom he proposed while very drunk. His dark sense of humor and old-school mentality makes him stubborn and usually difficult to talk to, and he's what we call today a hater. He even once created an anti-feminist group called No Ma'am.
Tonight's broadcast of The Masculine Feminist has been commandeered by the secret society No Ma'am, National Organization of Men against Amazonian masterhood.
While his best friend Jefferson is also a horrendous husband, Al's unpleasant disposition easily gives him the win, if you can call it that.
Wow, congratulations. What are you going to do with all the money?
I'm gonna quit my job, burn down this house, and live out my days on Hooter Island.
Number 2. Walter White, Breaking Bad.
I am not in danger, Skyler. I am the danger. A guy opens his door and gets shot, and you think that of me? No. I am the one who knocks.
Being married to a meth cooker really isn't all it's cracked up to be, though it's undeniable that Walter White does what he does out of love for his family. It sends him on a downward spiral of crime and murder that turns him so cruel that his behavior inevitably affects his family life.
Skyler.
Get out!
That's not the end of his secrets, though. He also hides his cancer diagnosis for a brief period. Throughout the series, we see his family life tragically come tumbling down, despite the best of intentions.
What the hell is wrong with you? We're a family!
What's worse, his brother-in-law is a DEA agent, which is bound to make family dinners an awkward experience for all involved.
What do you got in there, cinder blocks?
$500,000 in cash.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable, or in this case, dishonorable mentions.
Well, I'm still not coming. Chop your own damn celery.
Fine. Who needs you? I'll do it myself. Where are the knives?
Yeah. Mom told me they made an offer and that you kept it a secret from me.
Yeah, it's nice to see your mother still using her mouth.
We'll find something to help you sleep. Maybe some more milk.
I know something that used to help me sleep. Of course, that's off the menu these days.
You take that back.
What? What are you gonna do? Oh, you gonna hit me? That's a lot.
You want to go to the moon? Do you want to go to the moon?
That would be an improvement, too.
They're dating.
Oh, yeah, because she's my wife. Oh, yeah, damn it.
Surprised you're not more upset about this.
When you first told me, but you see, time passes.
Number 1. Don Draper, Mad Men. Never marry a mad man, especially if the name you're taking isn't even his. Don't be fooled by his good looks and charming demeanor. There are some dark truths just below the surface of our so-called Don Draper.
Look how pretty Mommy is.
This philandering ad man has few reservations about adultery or dishonesty, and throughout the series, we see him destroy not one, but 2 separate marriages.
I can come back out. I have the weekend.
Not now. That's not a good idea.
While Pete Campbell isn't much better, Don truly takes the cake with his lack of regard for the well-being of his wife, either of them, and his kids. Though he makes it clear that he feels bad about what he does very little, if anything, to make things right either.
I'm not going to bed. Not until you tell me why you insist on humiliating me.
Betty, I can't talk to you when you're like this. You're making a mountain out of a molehill.
Do you agree with our list?
No complaints or nothing?
Oh, no, nothing.
Who's your least favorite TV husband?
Hey, kids, come and get me, please!
For more family-friendly top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to Ms. Mojo.
I'm doing a doggy style. And I finish, and a big ass is... Oh, look, we don't got time for this shit.